Hello, I'm Veronica. This is my channel, Veronica X Stitch, and I am going to talk to you guys about cross stitch. This is my Flosstube number 30. So yay, I guess that's a bit of a milestone, right? Can't believe I made it 30. I've been doing Flosstube now for about 2 years. For those of you who don't know, Flosstube tends to be about cross stitch and other fiber arts. My channel is just about 100% cross stitch. I might do a few other things here and there. I haven't yet, but I might in the future. I'm not ruling that out. So today is Saturday, November 14th, 2020. It's been about 2 months since my last video. And if you want to see the excuses, I'm about to show that clip. If you don't, skip ahead by about a minute and 50 seconds. So normally I would have filmed this, I think, in the middle of October, and we had some unexpected guests come for a little bit and stay with us, which meant I couldn't even stitch, let alone film. Then both of my kids, one at a time, got sent home from school with COVID symptoms. And if you have, minor cold-like symptoms like sore throat, cough, you have to stay home for 10 days until you can or return with a doctor's note. So the first one got sent home. We were able to get him a COVID test, came back negative, and a doctor's note pretty quickly. Second one, it took a little bit longer. Just really stressful. It's actually hard to get a doctor's appointment these days with the virus being so crazy. And the second one was this past week. The other things that held me up, I was gonna the election, so I was gonna volunteer at the polls for a couple of reasons. Number one, I'm really passionate about politics. I want to make sure that in democracy, and I want to make sure everyone gets a chance to vote, and especially in this time, a lot of the poll workers are elderly, and I wanted to give someone some relief. And so my company, the second reason is my company gave me the day off for it. So I was all signed up. I was going to take training on Halloween Day, but because we were on quarantine waiting for my son's test result, I had to miss that training, so I couldn't volunteer. So I ended up working anyway on November 3rd. And then the election stressed me out, as I'm sure many of you Americans might have been as well. So those are my excuses for why I haven't done a video. I'm going to see how long this was, so I can tell people to skip ahead by that much. Back to your regular video now. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed my excuses, or if you didn't, I'm glad you skipped ahead. Either way, we're here. I've got a big pile of stuff to show you because, like I said, it's been 2 months. Last time I did a whip parade and I showed 11 whips. I am down to 9, so it means I have 2 finishes and no new starts. Doesn't mean I'm not necessarily trying to bring that number down. I'm trying to hold back on starting some big things, but I need to kind of get them up first. I know exactly what I want to start. I am really drawn to the BAPs these days. For those of you who don't know, BAPs, big ass projects. And WIP, by the way, is work in progress. So I noticed a lot of other Flosstubers are spelling out the abbreviated or acronyms now. Not really acronyms because you don't say them sometimes, but WIP you do. But anyway, so I'll try to do that too, in case you're new. So if you're new, welcome. Thank you for joining me. I hope you'll enjoy and maybe hit subscribe if you like this channel and want to watch more. If you're coming back, welcome back. Thank you for coming back. So let me get through my stuff. So I'm going to show you my 2 finishes first, and after that. So the first thing is, this is the Tiny Modernist Halloween 2017 Stitch Along. It was a mystery sal in 2017. And I finished this just before October, so in late September. Stitching this on 28 count tarnish by Picture This Plus. It's all done. My kids got excited when I was stitching this, especially my younger son. And he said, "Oh, Mom," the next day, "can I hang that above my room?" And I was like, "Yeah, I just need to frame it first." And he was like, next day, "Have you framed it yet?" I gotta order some stuff. So yeah, normally I do before and after, but I figure since it's finished, it doesn't really matter. Well, okay, I'll do before and after. See? So I didn't have that far to go. And sometimes once I just get that last stretch of a project, I don't want to stop, and I just want to finish it. I'm just like, okay, I'm going to spend all my time on this. Totally motivated to go, and that's what I did. I need to get like on a finishing kick because I've got a bunch of these finished but fully finished projects now. We'll get there. I want to try to do some things myself, some of the smaller projects. I have done some in the past, but like things like I actually want to try to order the frame and get a little bit better at stretching the project and start pinning as opposed to lacing. I typically lace, but lacing isn't as good as pinning. So the second thing, I don't have I have this picture now, is Calcifer. I don't know who the artist is. I didn't have far to go on this one either. My husband bought me this and sent me the PDF, and I cannot find it now. He bought it on Etsy. So I don't know if it's perfectly legal. I hope it is, but I hope I'm not breaking any laws. I'm stitching it for him because he bought it for me. He's like, okay, stitch it now. Stitch it now. When are you going to finish that? He's done that with a few other things too, but this one was relatively small. So the last time I just had to do the log and the word burn, so I was, you could tell about 75% done before. So it's done. Those were two of my smaller works in progress before, so nothing too crazy. My other whips are all BAPs. At least the ones I'm going to show you today. So next is my somewhat travel project. This is Super Mario by Choco Coco Stitch on Etsy. This one is still available. And when I bought this, I was like, oh, that won't take me too long. It's not that big. Well, I think the fact that I'm using it as a travel project is making it take longer, because if I just sat down and stitched it, it probably wouldn't. But since I get 30 minutes here, 45 minutes there, it's big, and the bottom is all stitched in. So, oh my gosh, I have to back up. So, okay, let me do before and after. I have to go back even further than that. Hopefully I'll make it fit. So as you can see, I've been working on the bottom row. That's all stitched in, and I haven't even started the stitching in yet. I'm just doing the two border colors, and then there's a solid color that goes in the middle. And I don't actually remember where I was last time. Of course, you guys have seen that, but I think I was still working on that piranha plant, maybe. Maybe I finished him. But yeah. So I stitch on this when my kids are doing their lessons. My youngest was doing karate, but we stopped having him do that because they don't wear the masks there. Unfortunately, I mean, they don't have to, because it's like a gym and it's like strenuous exercise. So you don't, in the state of Ohio, you don't have to wear a mask if you are doing exercising. But a bunch of kids and teachers together all yelling and shouting and running around and stuff, I was very uncomfortable with that. So so we took him out for a little bit. He just got his orange belt, and he was just liking it again, because he gets discouraged quickly when he's not advancing, and we worked hard to get him, with him on that. We got him some private lessons and a private belt test. He got his orange belt. Super proud of him. And then he went to one lesson after that, and I just observed. Before that, they were doing lessons outside, and of course the virus wasn't as bad as it is now. So I would sit outside and stitch while they were doing their class, and I felt like it was relatively safe. But after I saw the one class, I was like, yeah, no, let's wait till this is over. And he was okay with that. He wasn't too upset. My older son plays the drums, and he does, they do one-on-one private lessons, and then he does School of Rock, and then he does like a band. And the private, everything, you have to wear a mask. They try to distance from each other as much as possible. They do take mask breaks, and I watch them. They come outside, they have to stand 8 feet apart, and then they can take off their mask and talk or take a little break. Sometimes the kids run around. And those lessons are where I sit in my car, because they don't let the parents inside now. I sit in my car and just stitch while he's doing that. Most parents drop their kids off and then go away and come back. I don't want to do that. He doesn't. Maybe I'll get him to the point where he likes coming outside and seeing me. It's like reassuring to him. So I need to get him over that a little bit. But it's kind of nice too that I get a little break as well. So anyway, next project is this one. I'm going to show a picture up here. It is the Accolade. It's a Heaven and Earth Designs chart. And the artist is Edmund Layton, which is it's an Arts of the Antiquities piece. So it was done, more than 70 years past or was released more than 70 years past the artist's death. It's in public domain now. It's charted by a number of different cross-stitch, full coverage designers. And then I think Mariska has designed this too with backstitch and possibly fractionals and beads. I don't know, but they basically took the artwork and envisioned it as a actual cross stitch. But the one I'm doing is they took the pixels and colored each pixel like DMC. And so compared to last time, I did page 9, and I'm working so I was doing. Here's the whole piece now. The second row gets interesting. It gets into her hair, her face, a little bit more boring stuff. And then these guys, you can see more of their faces and stuff. Unfortunately, so I had planned to do like 1 page a month, and this was my October page over here. I haven't started on the November page yet, and I'm not sure if I will do that in November. A couple of reasons. I'm kind of losing some interest on this. Maybe I'll get back into it if I can. But the other reason is my Lowery stand broke. It fell off of its base, and it looks like it was, I don't know if it was glued on there or what. I might try gluing it back to see, but I'm really rough with my Lowery stand. I'm pulling it left and right. Sometimes I don't make sure to loosen it. I have yet to oil that thing. I've had it for about 2 years now, and I don't know if I'm going to get a new one or not. I might. What I really want to get is a Monstrix stand, because I use the Omnic quantum frames. So Omnic Factory is a company in Estonia that makes needlework stands and frames, and they're really, really good quality. There's another company that makes similar ones called Millennium Frames that apparently takes forever, but Omnic was really fast. But they have closed down their stand production because they are redesigning their stand, and apparently they're going to produce more in 2021. So I'm kind of trying to hold out for that. I found a couple of others that I might try, though, if I get too impatient. I just have 2 more months to wait, but then it'll take a good couple of months to get here because they probably have to build it and ship it, and who knows how long shipping takes. But anyway, I don't really have anything that's going to hold this big thing up anymore, and I like to have that. I love the quantum frame. It's like the best thing, but I like to have it held because I like to do 2-hand stitching. My Lowery stand will, I think, still hold a Q-snap, so I'm going to just kind of work on things that I'm okay putting in a Q-snap until then. The fabric is just too heavy even for that, so I don't even want to put that in a Q-snap. I mean, I could put it in a Q-snap, I guess, and then iron it out, but I still think it's too heavy, even on the quantum, the quantum frame. So anyway, sorry, before I finish running around. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is I don't know if I'm going to pull this guy out again until I get some sort of stand that is going to hold my quantum frame. So my next project, I don't have this, 1 second. There we go, that can be easily remedied. Next thing that I worked on is The Castle by Teresa Wensler. So Charlene from The Witchy Stitchers is also doing this, and she's gotten pretty far. I think she's much farther than I am, but she's got a lot of the rocks done down here and stuff. It looks really nice. I'll show you where I'm at. I spent a couple weeks on this. Let me do before and after. Let's see. So I want to go actually I want to go over here. Sorry. So here's the before and after for. So last time I had done the whole top right, and this time I had, you can see I've done more of the castle, not backstitched, but I finished the top left portion, which there wasn't that much of. So the dragon's wing comes out on the left side, and then I will backstitch it. So I'm going to try to do this whole page. I'm doing, on the Teresa Wenser TW Design Works website, there's a Kreinik conversion listed, so I don't know if you can tell. He's sparkly. Put dragon, or her, she, I don't know if you want to say it's a he or she. But there's Kreinik in the dragon itself. I did very little dragon. I did some like right here, and then there's a little bit more. Actually, that's probably it. Oh, the claw. I finished the claw too. Teeny tiny bit of Kreinik this round, but not very much. But anyway, I'll link that below in case you're curious. A lot of it, some of it isn't, I mean, it's an older listing. Some of it isn't really the same anymore, so I had to make some minor adjustments, but for the most part, I'm following that. I'm using blending filament and stitching it over the top after I've stitched the cotton DMC. So, how far are we in? Oh my gosh. I'm going to try to wrap up kind of quickly. I just have one more to show you, and then some stash acquisitions, you could say. So the last thing that I have been working on is European Bistro by Dimensions. And this one is, I've been working on this one for the past couple of weeks now. So here's where I am at. I have to back up a little more. There we go. So as you can tell, I kind of came down, did a lot in here, right? The bicycle. I'm starting to get to the bottoms. Like 2 of these stitches are at the bottom. And once I hit the bottom and fill all this base in here, it's going to be, I would say this is 25% of the project. So that is my current goal. I'm going to keep working on this until I get 25% done, and then, there's more. But so getting a little discouraged because until I got to this part, a lot of this was very squared off, and the back stitching outlined it well. So like, I kind of look at this like when you're coloring, right? Or when you're a kid, you draw the picture and you draw the outline first, and then you color it in. You try to stay in the lines. Or sometimes you get a picture that's already drawn and you color it in. Back cross stitch is the opposite, right? You do the colors first and then you back stitch the outline. But I kind of, while I was stitching this bike, I'm like, it's like coloring outside the lines. I don't know if you can tell. Actually, it doesn't look as bad on camera. But I just felt like all my back stitches are not aligned with the color changes, and it just doesn't look good. But I figure it's teeny tiny in this whole picture, and you're going to back up, and it doesn't even matter. And same with these pictures here. They're on an angle, so like, I don't know. I wasn't enjoying that part of it, but I'm just trying to get past it so that I can get through it, get through the piece. So anyway. Yeah, like I said, I'm almost to the bottom. There's like 2 little stitches in here on the bottom row. And then I just have to fill in here. I'll probably finish that this weekend if I can. And then put this guy away. Maybe. Let's see. Maybe I'll keep working on it because it's small enough to go in the Q-snap. And it's still a bat in my eyes. So I like to have the castle on the quantum frame. Anyway, so that's it for works in progress. Now I have some, I guess most of it's haul, one bit of Stitchy Kindness. So one thing I ordered from Stitches and Things in Michigan. I ordered 2 things actually, some beads for a project that I'm planning, and this is the bead pack for the what is it called? Mermaid of Salem Bay by Primitive Hair. So now I have that one completely kitted up. One of the I don't consider that one a BAP. It's kind of medium sized. But I do plan to start that one next year. They also sent some freebie charts, so that was nice of them. Couple of fun things. I ordered some needle minders from Mad for Minders. Look at this, it's the Accolade. So when I pick that back up again, I'll have a needle minder that looks exactly like it. I think I saw it on I think it was Stitch and Mommy's website. She was showing that Mad for Minders does like painting needle binders, and she did one for one of the golden kite pieces she's doing, and I'm like, oh, let's see if they have the accolade. That's a pretty famous painting, and they did. And of course, I had to get a baby Yoda too, and I like dragons, so they have a huge selection. Next, I have, since it's been so long, I have two. I don't have them out of the bag yet, sorry, but you guys might have seen these on other things. Two Fabrics of the Month Club from Color and Cotton. This one is the September. It's called Monster Mash, purpley. And this is the October. It's called Harbor Gray. I just got this one like this week, so yeah, pretty, huh? I like them. I'm going to continue. I get the 32 count Lugana, I think. Yeah, 32 count Lugana. Then I saw this one on Facebook. It's out of print, but I jumped on it because it was a good price. It's the Rose of Sharon, Mirabilia. This one has no beads, no fancy floss. It's all just DMC. No Krynic. So I could do this one on like a higher count fabric, which I'm thinking about doing because you have that flexibility when you don't have to try to fit beads in the stitches. So I think it's pretty. And last, but certainly not least, is that I want to give away on Andrea C's channel. I'll link it below. This is a magazine. It is a teacup sampler, I think it's called. Yeah, so pretty. Thank you, Andrea. So that's all I have to show you. As for plans, I might try to glue my Lowry stand back together. Again, it kind of works. It just sits there, and I just don't want to put anything heavy on it because it's probably going to really break it then. And I really just want to get a good thing to hold my frame. And I'll probably continue working on European Bistro. And I might kit up some more things while I wait for a good thing to hold my things. I just can't talk today. Sorry. 2020 is almost over. Please wear your masks, everyone. Please, it's super important, especially right now. And don't go out if you don't have to go out. For those of you in the United States, we have Thanksgiving coming up in a couple weeks. Think about any family gatherings and if you maybe could do them in a different way. My parents normally host Thanksgiving, and they were going to have, normally they have like, all of our extended family over, but this year they were going to just say, okay, well, just you guys, meaning me and my husband and my kids. And we were spending time with them, but now that my kids are back in school and there have been a couple of positives at my school and my parents are in their 60s, I said maybe we should think about this. So we might do like exchange food potluck, and then we go home and eat it at home and get on the Zoom or something like that. So I don't know. Think about it. Be safe, please. Yeah, everyone think critically too. The election's over, but I know there's still a lot of discontent in this country. We're very divided right now, and I'm hoping that things will get better. 2021's right around the corner, so I'm pretty sure it will. I'm going to see you guys later, hopefully in a month, but we'll see. Bye, everyone.